Good morning. I hope you have woken up this morning with a smile on your face, love in your heart, as we continue to read Mari Perrin's A Course of Love. All right, we're up to chapter 4. That's exciting. Love's Equity. And we're up to verse 3 today. Let's see what the gift is today. Love and longing are so intimately attached because they join together at the moment of separation, when a choice to go away from love and a choice to return were birthed in unison. Love was thus not ever lost, but shadowed over by longing that, placed between you and your source, both obscured its light and alerted you of its eternal presence. Longing is your proof of love's existence, for even here you would not long for what is not remembered. All your long search for proof of God's existence ends here when you recognize what love is. And with this proof is proof of your existence established as well. For in your longing for love, you recognize as well your longing for yourself. For in your longing for love, you recognize as well your longing for yourself. I had to read that twice, obviously. Why would you wonder who you are and what your purpose here is all about, if not for your recognition given witness by your longing of what you fear you are not, but surely are? All fear ends when proof of your existence is established. All fear is based on your inability to recognize love and thus who you are and who God is. How could you not have been fearful with doubt as powerful as this? How can you not rejoice when doubt is gone and love fills all the space that doubt once occupied? No shadow lingers when doubt is gone. Nothing stands between the child of God and the child's own source. There remain no clouds to block the sun, and night gives way to day. Child of God, you are alien here, but need not be alien to yourself. In your knowledge of yourself, all threat of time and space and place dissolves. You may still walk in alien land, but not in a fog of amnesia that obscures what would be a brief adventure and replaces it with dreams of terror and confusion so rampant that no toehold of security is possible. And day turns endlessly into night in a long march towards death. Recognize who you are, and God's light goes with you, illuminating every path and shining away the fog of dreams from which you waken undisturbed. All right. I've read 4 verses this morning. I felt we needed to continue to get the gist of this. Love and longing are so intimately attached because they are joined together at the moment of separation, When a choice to go away from love and a choice to return to love were birthed in unison. Every moment is a choice. Every single moment. You're choosing. Why? Because you've been designed and created that way, to be the creator of your own life. You co-create with love. And when you are not co-creating with love, you're using fear to create your life. And that creates separation. And along with that separation comes a deep longing for self, a deep longing for love. And self is love. And when you go away from love, that longing appears. Love was thus not ever lost, but shadowed over by longing, that placed between you and your source, both obscured its light and alerted you of its eternal presence. The longing shows you to return to your true essence, to the very love that you are. That longing, when you start to long for something, you're longing for yourself. You're longing to come back to you, the core essence of love, because you know that inside you is love. The internal path is love. There cannot be anything else. When you look outside yourself, you're not going to find it. You're not going to find this beautiful internal love. I'm just going to cough just a minute. So all this fear is, all of these external thoughts are overshadowing love. Love is still there. You just have to remember. Longing is your proof of love's existence. When you long for yourself, when you long for love, you've forgotten that love exists within you and that is who and what is living through you. If your shadows don't block it out. For even here, you would not long for what is not remembered. Get that bit. You long for the love inside you. You long for love by looking for it in other people. And it is in other people. But when you find it in yourself and you remember, it was always there. Always. And longing is reminding. Longing is reminding. Remember that. As soon as you start to long for something, you are reminded to go inside yourself and find love. All your long search for proof of God's existence ends here when you recognize what love is. Love is the pure essence of you. And with this proof is proof of your existence established as well. For in your longing for love, you recognize as well your longing for yourself. Why would you wonder who you are and what your purpose is here all about, if not for your recognition given witness by your longing of what you fear you are not, but surely are? What they're talking about here is when you begin that inner journey. And it begins with these beautiful, delicious, luscious questions. Who am I? Why am I here? And it usually comes after some major loss that makes you long for more in life. Makes you long for more than the house and the car and the family and the good job and the 2.5 kids. Never understood the 2.5 kids, but anyway. Beloved, that's the beginning of the journey when you can truly ask those questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? And when you put those questions out to the universe shows you. The universe has an obligation to meet those questions head on and show you in no uncertain terms this love that is you. And when you find it, there is bliss. When you notice it, you are just in the most delicious feeling of love. The explosion of the heart that just pounds with excitement at seeing who you are. Beautiful. All fear ends when proof of your existence is established. All fear is based on your inability to recognize love, and thus who you are and who God is. Fear keeps you separate from this love that you are. You know, we live in a society that tears down the tall poppies, the ones that know that they are this magnificent, omnipresent love. Let's not tear ourselves down anymore. Let's not diminish who we are, but rather walk in love. It's the most gentle, peaceful, calm, beautiful, astonishing energy to walk in. Yesterday when I was in Sydney, I was looking at people everywhere, like just crowds and crowds of people, and each one of them had a beautiful story of love inside them. That's how to see the world. To look at the wattle and to know that yellow, gorgeous, fluffy, surprising yellow energy just appears. And yet it was always there. It's beautiful, just as you are. See with the eyes of love and you will feel the bliss of that. How can you not rejoice when doubt is gone and love fills all the space that doubt once occupied? No shadow lingers when doubt is gone. Nothing stands between the child of God and the child's own source. There remains no clouds to block the sun and night give way to day. Child of God, you are alien here, but need not be alien to yourself. It is only fear and the mind's thoughts that separate you from this, that separate you from seeing love and seeing joy and seeing everything that comes as part of love, separating itself from your true identity and setting up this other persona, this personality that is separate or thinks it's separate, suffers the illusion of separation from this glorious being that you are. In your knowledge of self, all threat of time, space, and place dissolves. They're not real. There is no space where God isn't. There is no space where love isn't. So space is not real. Unless you fill it with God. Fill your time with love. Fill your space with love. Fill these illusions with love. Fill every place with love. And then fear dissolves and separation dissolves. And you are not held apart from. You may still walk in alien land, but not in the fog of amnesia that obscures what would be a brief adventure and replaces it with dreams of terror and confusion, so rampant that no toehold of security is possible, and day turns endlessly into night in a long march towards death. Is that the way you've been living your life? No, don't do it. We are here for such a short time. I'm 66 years old, and it's like yesterday when I was a child. It is such a short time. Don't waste it by thinking that you have to march towards your death, by thinking that you are in the terror of the world and the confusion of people's minds, and they are certainly confused. Don't let that toehold of insecurity be possible. When you love, there is security in love, because love knows itself. Love knows how to create, and you are designed to create, not through this thought system that creates confusion in fear, but through love. Recognize who you are, and God's light goes before you, illuminating every path and shining away the fog of dreams from which you waken undisturbed. Imagine being able to wake up in the morning and know that your day is not going to be disturbed by any fear, any chaos, any diminishing, any undermining, because your thoughts are no longer in control. They're just background noise, and not to be taken any notice of whatsoever, but rather your heart rules, love rules in everywhere you look, everywhere you feel, everywhere you hear. Use your senses to come back to the absolute beauty of love in everything. Love alone has the power to turn this dream of death into a waking awareness of life eternal. And there we have it for today, folks. Love has the power to stop you walking towards your death and walk towards your life in everything and everyone. We are here because we long for connection. We long to recognize ourselves in everyone. We long to recognize ourselves. You are here to love. That is your purpose. Who am I? I am love. What am I here for? You're here to love. What's my purpose? To connect with you, with love, and to connect with everything. The trees, the water, the earth, everything is love. Come back to the excitement and joy of that today, and be in your truth. I love you, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that today you are going to have the best day possible, because together we love. Bye for now.